Well, the one round is the missions round where there's a table and like the table we're gonna build now, and I mean when we're gonna build it, and then all the missions that we have to do. We have to get them done under 5, and most of the missions you can do in under 5 minutes. And our goal is to score most of the 400 points that we can get. We have to, when we do get the field setup kits in August, we have to build them as fast as we can because we only have 2 months to do all the programming, because they release this stuff on September 2nd. Release how to build, not how to build, but how to what?
You don't have 2 months?
We only have 2 months to program the robot and finish our project.
Why?
Yes, that's why we're starting in summer so you can prepare.
Their thing come out in September?
Yeah, the thing can come in September.
The competition in September, I think?
What we have to do, like what missions we have to do, and what our project's gonna be comes out in September, and we have to get it done by our project.
Nick and Tad, you guys have to sit apart. Got to pay attention.
Well, last year and the year before, we every week we met for 6 to 8 hours to do our project. Usually on the weekends, because on the weekends we had more time. The missions are going to include contraptions like that we have to build. So we have to get the building part done in August, then the programming part done in September and October. And our competition is going to be in November. The project, most people think it's not as important as the programming, but when they see if we should get eliminated or move on to states, they weigh the project equally with the programming part. So you have to get the programming part done as fast as possible, and then you have to focus on the project as well. But the project is kind of easy compared to the programming, but we all have to work on it. Last year we did a skit on our body forward project, and we got second place for project. But we got alternatives for states. The judges like it if you do personal interviews of a person who is part of the field you're studying and the project you're doing it on. And they also like creative. We were doing the backbone, so we interviewed a backbone person. I forgot his name.
A bone guy?
No, I forgot what his name. It was something. I forgot.
Orthopedic?
His name was Dr. Matsumoto.
Orthopedic?
Huh?
Orthopedic surgeon?
Yeah. We interviewed him and he told us about our project, and that's all. And they like it when we do creative solutions. Our problem was bulging disc disease, and it's when the nerves in your backbone go into your they push into your spinal cord, and then you can't move your back anymore. So they have to take the bone out, and they have to put something in place of the bone so that the bone doesn't push onto the nerve, which pushes onto the next thing and hurts you. So our creative solution was to take the bone out, then attach magnets to both sides of the bones and put them on top of, and put magnets to both of the bones so that it wouldn't push, it would just stay there. And it's usually boring if we do stuff just like PowerPoints and tell them our information, so they usually prefer skits or songs, and usually it's easier to do skits. There's also a group cooperation round where they ask us questions about what our team is like and who's like the leader and stuff, but we shouldn't tell them we're the leader because that could cost us points because we are not supposed to have leaders and stuff. And they do make us do some weird activity like make a human pyramid, or put our hands into a bowl of spaghetti and find as many things as we can. We have to tell what they are. Or what?
Did you ever do the human knot?
No. Oh yeah, we did that. For group cooperation, we also had to just hold hands with some person.
And then untangle.
Untangle. We had to do that, and we had to they gave us a paper bag and markers, and they told us we had to make a robot. They gave us they put a large sheet of paper on the ground, and they told us to lift it up. We had to all stand on it and then lift it up from the back without anybody falling or getting hurt and stuff like that. And they judge you on how well you work together, and then later they ask you questions about your project and your robot design. And there's also another round. There's a fourth round. It's called the robot design round. And there, you put your robot on a mat like that, and then they ask you, they randomly pick one person, and they tell them to program the robot to do something on the mat. So you have to know how to program for that round. And they ask you also to do tasks that you already programmed. That's the 4 round. And then once we get to September, there's a lot of things that we have to do. So usually we organize a schedule like that to so that we know who does what at what time on one day and what they're gonna do. So the first one shows you there's 2 main parts to programming the project. So if those people working together for the programming project from 4 to 5:30, then the next people, we did this so that everybody got a chance to work on both parts of the project and everybody got equal. The same amount of time to do the project. And then the other side shows you we at the beginning on September 2nd when we get what our project problem is, we lay out what the steps, what we're going to do, research the problem, then make a poster board and stuff like that. We make a list of everything we have to do, and then we make a list of who's going to do it, and then we make a list of what day they're going to do it on, so that we know that, and we don't change it, and we don't confuse. So that's that. That's all. And then other things we have to pay attention to make sure we have them, because we lost major points because we didn't make a team scrapbook or a poster about us. T-shirts, we usually make our own T-shirts. I forgot my example. I got it last time, but I forgot it. We just bought fabric paint and we got T-shirts and we made our own T-shirts. They like it better than those T-shirts that you ask companies to make because they think it's cooler or something. I don't know. And then there's something that you have to do for Lego League on competition day. You have to give small goodie bag kind of gifts to other teams. So you have to make something creative and give it to the other teams as to show gracious professionalism. So
And what's the point of it other than
Just-
basic professionalism?
nothing. You just have to give them small goodie bag type of gifts. So we usually give them candy or stuff like that. Last year the girls made charm bracelets for other teams. Stuff like that. We just have to make goodie bags for each team and give it to them. That'll cost you major points if you don't do it, because they want you to do it to show professionalism and stuff. And then another thing that you might want to do is a poster about what our team is like and what we've worked on and stuff like that. Last year we didn't do it and we lost major points for that. It's just for science fair you get that poster thingy. You just have to cover that poster with facts about your team, and then when you go to the competition, you have to you get your own place in the cafeteria, and you have to put it there so that other teams can see it and stuff. And we should all get binders, because last year we all got binders to put our papers in and stuff, and usually we get a 1-inch binder with pockets, so that because we have to print a lot of papers out once September starts, for programming and for the project and stuff. So I usually keep all my stuff in binder, and you could get one too. And then the last thing is a team scrapbook. We have to make this in November with all pictures of all the stuff we've done. And I've seen Mr. Bose taking pictures, so that's good and stuff. Yeah. So that's stuff we have to do. Or
Speaking of video, what does your camera say? YouTube?
Yeah, this is for people who didn't, who were not able to come today, so they can watch it.
Or you make it a video, or you have to make it as a video. You make it
It's on the website. There's a list of items that you have to bring on competition day, and team scrapbook is part of it. So yeah, I have a question. Yeah.
For the goodie bags, whatever, do the judges actually look at that?
Yeah. They see what you give other people. They look at your scrapbook. They look at your team. You have to take your team scrapbook to all the rooms with the competitions, and you give it to the judges along with all the other stuff that you give. Usually when we go to the judges with the project part of the competition, we bring brochures about what we did, so that they have a brochure to look at. No, like computer.
You don't have to keep that picture.
But team scrapbooks, they have to be all colorful. Yeah. And then on competition day, there's a lot of stuff that you have to bring. First of all, the robot and its attachments. The other thing is this signed consent and release form. You have to give these forms to the people because they have to make sure that they have permission to put your pictures on the internet, on their website. And yeah, the forms are on the website. Every single person has to have a form or else we're not allowed to take any pictures in the place, or nobody's allowed to take pictures of us. And the parts kit, just in case we have to do any last minute changes to the robot. And there's a printout, you have to bring the programs and robot specification page, which has like how to build stuff on the how to build the stuff that go on the table and how to build the how to build the stuff that go on the table. And
Those are the models, right? The mission models.
yeah, that's
Wait, the stuff that we saw in the video, or the robot?
no, stuff that's on the video.
Like the fish and like the thing that how the little.
How to make those stuff.
Yeah.
Do they give it to you in a kit?
No, not in the kit. On September 2nd, they released how to, in the kit, on August 15th, on the website, they have little packets about how to make each thing. And yeah. On September 2nd, they released what the missions are. Like, you get to build them, but on September 2nd, they released, like, the arm. There was an arm here. They would tell you, like, the arm has to move this much, and then the cast has to go on the arm for full points, stuff like that. They released that on September 2nd, but they give you this, how to make this stuff that goes on it in August, August. So, that's that. And then the next thing that we have to get is the materials, the props, and the equipment we need for our project. Usually it's a computer and our backdrop and all our costumes and stuff.
What do you need the costumes for?
Because if you do a skit, you need costumes to be that fun. And another thing that you have to bring is a laptop with the programming software and 8 extra batteries for your robot just in case it dies. The power goes up. 8 batteries?
Wait, say that we have the wait, like the 8 AA batteries or like 8 separate
The
batteries?
charging battery, 8 AA batteries.
Oh, okay.
If we have a charging battery, do we have to do another one of those? Or, so,
Well, you can't charge in the school, so if your power dies out, then and you don't have any batteries, then you're out of luck. And so they usually tell you to bring 8 AA batteries. Our team scrapbook is the other thing that we have to bring, and we'll have our own area of the cafeteria to decorate and stuff. So they usually like banners and posters and other decorations there, which is gonna be our we should have a about us poster. So snacks and drinks because they're really pricey at the school, and storage box for other like we usually bring an item for our jackets and stuff because it's December and it gets cold and they can't really put your stuff. So a storage box to keep your items off the table.
do you carry all these?
Yeah. That's why they tell you to bring. No, you don't carry this with you. You get this much space to keep all your stuff. Your USB cable, your programming stuff, and your and the gifts that you have to give to other teams. And one thing is that we don't get a lot of time to practice. Like on competition day, you don't get a lot of time to practice. Like when on that day, you'll get scared and you might want to try out your robot one last time on a table. But you only get like 15 minutes. They rent out. They have these tables there for practice, and they'll rent them out for 15 minutes all the time. But there's so many teams there, you might not get a chance. So last year there was this team. They brought a minivan. And in the back of the minivan, they took all the chairs out except for like the driver's seat, and they put their table in the van so that they could practice whenever they wanted. Wow. I thought that was a good idea because usually you only get like 10 minutes to practice before you get going to the run. And if you want to fix something last minute, you can't do it unless you have the table. So So that's one more thing. And that's all.
Yeah, give a standing ovation. And any questions? Good job, Niharika.
No one?
Yeah, anybody has any questions?